Let's go. Welcome to the show, Chad.
All right. Hey, how are you, Mon?
Hi. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I just got back from the airport.
You got back from the airport,
Mm.
so you're starting the bird dogging now, eh? Bird dogging,
Yes.
bird dogging season. For those people who don't know, can you explain what bird dogging is?
Okay, so bird dodging season. I'm not a spray pilot. Technically, I'm just gonna be I'm flying to surveys and then to inspect the areas where the spray pilot gonna spray. Right.
Okay.
So, for example, early in the morning, I'm gonna have to wake up and do the a weather pass to make sure there's not too many turbulence. And then after that, we're gonna call all the spray plane pilot going to the areas, and they start to spray. So as they start to spray, we're just gonna stay in the air, and we're just gonna, how do I say it? We're just gonna supervise them.
Supervise, like guide them where they're gonna go, where they're supposed
Yes,
to
so
go.
guide them, like for example, okay, boom on. So which means that okay, start to spray. Okay, so this that section is done. The other guy is gonna say, okay, booms off. So which means stop spraying.
Got you. What are they actually spraying? This is not the wildfire season yet, is it?
No,
Or
it's not a wire. It's not fire. They spray for the bugs to save the forest.
save the forest from the bugs?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is it those bugs, are they not native to you're in Quebec right now? Is
Yeah, I'm in Quebec right.
are they not native in Quebec, or they came
Oh,
from some
no,
other places? That's why
they
they're
native from Quebec, right? So they called a cocoon,
Mhm.
right? And they live most likely in pine tree.
So they basically killed the pine tree. Is that why they're trying
Yes.
to fix
Mm.
the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have something like that here in Alberta, where those bugs, they came from BC. They're not native to Alberta. That's why
Mm-hmm.
they kill the Alberta trees are not really, they don't have what it takes to resist those bugs, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in Quebec, the Quebec government uh, they uh, they funded the programs every years. It's called soft film operations, and they fund the program. So a lot of aircraft from BC, from Alberta, from Winnipeg, they fly to Quebec and then they spray.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I usually ask people, so let's go back to your history in terms of how you became a pilot, Chan. Is it is
Oh,
it is it a childhood dream that you pursue? So
it was not a childhood dream. It sounds weird, right? I used to be an accountant before.
Canadian, are you
Yeah.
CPA here in Canada?
Oh, not CPA. I just got my undergrad degrees in accounting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Uh, you're the
I wo-
perfect guy to talk about my taxes then.
oh, no, I did. It's been a while. I didn't work on it. So yeah, I graduated in 2018 as a financial accountant. But after that, I worked for like not even a year, and I'm kind of sick of my job. And
Okay.
then
Just after a year, you
just
got sick of the
after,
job.
yeah, I sick of my job, and I just feel like my personalities, I cannot sit on one place and just work on the papers. And then I was like, let's do something more interesting, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's become a pilot. Why not?
Was it just pilot that you kind of that's within the option? Like you kind of picked to, like,
Oh,
do you have like a list of jobs that you kind of think
no, there's
thinking
no
of
list of jobs.
going, or just pilot?
just pilot. I was like, let's do something that people think that is the hardest to do, right? Because right, because like I can be a truck driver if I want to,
Yeah.
but if as long as you can pass your exams and there's not too many requirements, and so let's do the best thing, the hardest thing to get.
So I guess the some people they want to be a pilot, but most of the times it's the financial aspect that is the hindrance or what's stopping them from pursuing aviation. So I guess that is not one of your problem, eh? You just thought of being a pilot and let's go. Then just started looking for flight school immediately. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, I look for flight school immediately. I got lucky. Sorry, I got lucky. I got a loan from my family,
Mm,
and
nice.
yeah, and they support me from
Mhm.
beginning to the end too. And so yeah, so pretty much like that is not a big problem with me. So I know that some people they run into the challenge of pay for flight school,
Yeah.
and it's very hard. I would advise is if you can get a government loan from the source for your student fee for your student loan, it would be great, right? Or another thing is you work in the industry at the same time.
It's a volume technical
Mhm.
issue here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So also you work at the same time in the industry, right? So for example, like me, I used to when I go to fly school, I used to be a dispatcher at the same time. So somehow it's supporting my cost of living and my commute to work to fly school. Is actually commuting is a big thing in aviation. Sometimes airport is very far away from the city.
Yeah. Where did you do your training?
I did my training in Montreal, Quebec.
All of it, like
All
from
of it, yeah.
PPL to instructor rating,
Yeah, I did
then to
everything from
multi-IFR.
from PPL instructor rating and yeah, in Quebec.
Do they do their training in Quebec in French or
Oh
English?
no,
You get to choose.
You have option English and French.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So what did you do? Which language did you pick when you were doing training? English or French? You speak French,
English,
right?
English. Well, I can speak French, but it's not good enough when I talk about like theory of flight. So I was like, let's do it in English.
Hmm. What would you say would be the your end goal for aviation, Chan?
My what?
Your end goal for aviation, is
Oh,
it
end goal for
airline
aviation. I would like to fly cargo jet.
cargo? No passenger, not passenger.
No passenger, nothing. Just cargo.
Nothing, just
Yeah,
cargo. Why
yeah.
why is that?
Well, like I did some research and cargo jet. Maybe the cargo jet pilot they
Make
don't
more?
they make no they make the same amount with captain anywhere in like big airline, but it's less headed.
Less headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if your passengers are just boxes, basically.
Right? You just
Right?
carry
they
boxes.
they don't complain.
Yeah, they don't complain. Just carry boxes, right? And you got to fly to a nice destination, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What would you say would be the biggest challenge in terms of being a pilot? Is it being away or being in different places all the time? What would be the hardest part for you?
For myself, the biggest challenge is I would say is they say that pilot at the beginning when they I don't know. It's hard to say because if I'm say it, I'm saying the truth, right? If
Yeah.
I say it, people are gonna not don't want to become a pilot anymore because
but
the truth.
but I mean that's the reality of things, right? It's better for them to know what they're
Mhm.
signing up to, what they're, you know.
Yeah, So being very honest right now, the most challenging of the pilot at the beginning, let's say you got through your training, everything is good, everything is smooth, you got your first job. I guarantee you, your first paycheck, you're not going to be very happy.
Not gonna be the low pay for starting pilots, eh?
Yeah, it's not happy at all. But if you bear with it, you make your ways up, you make your way up, and the pay is you're gonna be very happy with that.
In the long run,
In the long run.
you need to play the long game.
Yeah. hmm
What was the most challenging part of the training for you? From PPL to instructor, which one do you find the most challenging?
Um, with me, I finished my training during COVID time, so that was the most challenge with me because I need to fly and then wear a mask, and that was a hectic. It was challenging during COVID time.
Hmm.
For new people, I would say uh, the most challenge is if you can be able to fly consistent, it would be better, right? Because if you fly consistently, your skill is there, and you're gonna pay less, right? And you get to your license a little bit faster compared to people that they fly like once per week or two times per week. If you can be able to fly consistently, get a like when you have a good amount of money, let's do fly, and
Hmm.
then it's gonna take you to your license fast.
Hmm.
So there's no stop in between.
So would you advise people to save up money first, enough
Mhm.
for them to finish their training before they even start the training, so that if
Yeah.
to make sure that you will have consistent time flying.
Yeah. I mean, like the best is get there, uh, get the fun first. During the time you get the fun, you can do your own research to study for your ground school, right? And then when the fun is enough, bang on, go to fly.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still find it difficult, the alone time? Do you still find it challenging being by yourself a lot of times, Chen? Because that's part of being a pilot, right? Because most of the time you just by yourself. It's either
Yeah.
you're studying, or right now you're in the hotel, or even in the airlines, right? You go to different places. You're gonna go, let's say, to Europe, or you go to America, and
Mm-hmm.
then you'll stay in a hotel and then by yourself. I don't know. Of course, you can still go. You can go out and enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, I I like to live in hotel. Well, I mean, everything is set up, right? So it's
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I
you
mean, it's
enjoy it.
challenging. Yeah, it's challenge, right? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you know that you got to go home is where you're happy the most,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, everyone is different, and during your training, yeah, you still have you have friends during your flight in your flight school, but you need to like self study, so be by yourself a lot compare. So it's challenge. Mhm.
If you can go back in time, Chan, would you do some? Is there any part that you will do differently in terms of your training,
Mm,
or you will do exactly the same?
I would do exactly the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice, good for you.
yeah,
Because
because I would say because I got into the flight school. I very enthusiastic about the aviation, about aviation. I got a job. As soon as you show people that you take it seriously in aviation, people willing to help you.
yeah.
So which I did before. So that's the reason why I got I not I got hired as a dispatcher right away, not like after 4 months at work. No,
Mhm.
at the flight school. And then they see me working hard. They start to offering me some job to do maintenance connection. and I learned from the jobs, right? So I know like about the aircraft. I know how to deal with transport data. I know how to do paperwork, and like in aviation, that is a big thing too. It's not only flying. Like you need to sometimes you got to sit down and do paperwork, but
Mhm.
you learn more about it, right? So yeah, not only flying. There's a lot of things in aviation.
What's your
Hmm.
path like? So was it like PPL, CPL, and then
Hmm.
instructor? When did you do your training in between? Well, the multi training, the multi and
Oh,
multi
I did
part.
uh private, commercial, multi-IFR and instructor rating.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I see. Because I was thinking if I can do things over, if I can repeat everything, I'm gonna do like PPL, multi IFR. You know, during the time building period, use it
Hmm.
to get your rating, like your multi IFR, and then commercial, and then for you took instructor rating, right?
Yeah, I mean that is a good thing. That is very good. But think about it this way, right? After you got your private, how many hours you have?
I know less than 100.
Yeah, less than 100, right? And then you jump into the twin engine aircraft, you're gonna feel overwhelmed,
Hmm.
right? So that's the reason why people they build some time and then they try to fly different complex aircraft, single engine first, and then they move to the twin. Because the twin engine training, I think I did your training together. That it's
Yeah,
not cheap.
it's
It's not
not
cheap.
cheap. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and then I was to be honest, it's not cheap at all. So that's why if you don't have the background knowledge and you don't have the certain fly skill, you're gonna feel overwhelmed and it's very easy to give up,
Oh yeah, it's because it's
right?
gonna be because of the difficulty, it's gonna be very frustrating. So
Mm-hmm.
you run the risk of giving up because you're
Yeah.
spending a lot of money, plus you're
Mm-hmm.
frustrated all the time, like every day.
Yeah, it's challenge. It's a multi-engine. At the beginning, they say, "Oh, it's fun." But think about money wise. Let's say you go one flight, you go up, and things not go as planned, or you're not well prepared. You pay like $1,000 for nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So that $1,000 you can make like you can fly like 5 hours cross country to build your tent, right?
hmm. Yeah, that's true. Good point. Good
Yeah,
point. Even
depends.
their hours more.
Yeah, it also depends on the student too. Like, let's say I know a guy, his whole family they own like 3 aircraft. Right, so they have their own aircraft. So after he finished his private, he jumped into the twin engine right away, and he finished everything with like he finished his multi rating within 6 hours. Why? Because
They
his
have their
family
own.
they have their own aircraft already.
Hmm. He's
Yeah.
familiar with the multi engine principle already and
Mm-hmm. They
experience
know.
on the multi.
Yeah.
That's the only time that they can actually finish it in short period of time. I know a lot of people who did their multi IFR in Cornwall
Mm-hmm.
where they do things fast. Some people like fly twice a day. Was there any time during your training that you flew twice in a day? Or no,
No,
just keep it one flight a day.
one flight per day. If I do, well, I mean, the longest flight I did was my
Cross country 300?
cross country. No, that was not the longest. I mean, yeah. So flying twice a day is good at some point, but it can lead to fatigue.
Mm, too much
So
fatigue.
yeah, let me tell you the story about myself that that is gonna be a mistake. I would never do it again in my
Sure,
life.
let's hear
Yeah.
it.
So stupid me when I was in a long cross country and then I finished my flight. And then my instructor was like, Chen, do you want to do one more night fly at night? Right. So I just finished like 5.5 hours day VFR cross country.
Wow.
And then I make the decision to do another night flight because as you, as some of you know that, uh, night flight cross country is valuable too because it's help you in the future for your ATPL. So I was like, okay, that's it. Why not? Right. So I did a night cross country, and then on my way back, I would say I fall to sleep. Yeah, I fall to sleep. And to be honest with you, if you've been flying at night before, when we fly at night, it's very smooth. If you trim it out, the aircraft just fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fly. And then at some point, I just heard a radio call. I say, okay, go Foxtrot, India, Quebec. You clear to land runway 06.
You're close to the airport.
I was request clearance before, and then I just fall to sleep.
Yeah.
Like then they clear. I was like, oh my god! I woke up, and then literally the runway was right in front of me, and I was like, oof! I need to land the aircraft. Well, like in that situation, your blood pressure pumps up, and everything is pumps up, so you awake and you
Yeah.
land, right?
Wakes you up, eh?
Yeah, and then when I on the ground, I asked myself, what if the tower didn't say anything, or I just fall to sleep during on route? Is I might crash.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right. So I was lucky, but it was challenging. It was the story that I will never forget. So I always make sure that if I have a long flight, no long day flying, I will not fly at night.
Fly at night. Yeah, because especially at night, there's a lot of illusions, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and fatigue is this air smooth, the wind is blowing, and you just like want to fall asleep.
wanna go to, you just wanna relax,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
in the air. Not the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have other like interesting stories, experience while flying? How long have you been instructor, Chan?
I've been in I've been instructor since 2022. 2022.
2 years now.
2 years, yeah. 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say is the most difficult part of being instructor?
Um the most difficult part of being an instructor that I would encounter at the beginning was actually at the beginning was very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you fresh out of the rating, right? You just got your instructor rating. You got a new student, and you look at him. You was like, what the hell am I gonna do with this guy? Right? So that's the reason why when instructor they fresh, they always need guidance from like supervising instructor, tell the student what to do. So tell him what to do with the student. So they get that when they start to get a hang of it, it's gonna be easier. So after their first couple of students, they're gonna okay, I know what to do with this guy. Right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So is it true that the most difficult people to teach is are those trying to get their PPL because they don't have the experience. It's zero to PPL, or commercial people trying to get PPL are more
No,
difficult.
I think the most difficult student would be professions.
Professionals?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like, let's say you teach a lawyer how to fly, right? You teach a doctor how to fly,
Oh,
right?
you had those kind of students
Yeah, I did.
trying to get
Yeah.
their PPL, trying to
They
get their
try because
PPL, so
yeah, they have the money, right?
they,
So
they'll just
they
buy
can,
their own
yeah,
airplane.
they want to buy their own airplanes, right? So sometimes they take things as not as serious compared to those that going to take aviation as a career.
Mm.
Yeah, that is my experience. They
Wow.
can be very smart. They do their stuff very good, but sometimes they will take things a little bit like easier compared to other people. So
They're
it's
more
harder to tell them to follow the procedures.
relaxed, too relaxed, I guess. They're
Yeah,
not
too.
maybe they're not too worried about the cost of the training because they have the
Mm-hmm.
money for it, right?
Yeah.
Plus they're just doing it for fun. It's not for career. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all good. That's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. I never considered that.
Yeah.
I never considered that. I thought you're gonna say those people working on their multi-IFR just like myself when
No,
we were
no.
when we were
Well,
training when we were training together.
Mon, when I did training with you, well, maybe we run into some difficulties, right? But at the end of the day, on the back of my head, I was always say that Mon he did it as a career, so he
Mhm.
will take it serious,
Mhm.
right? So that's the reason
Allegedly.
why, yeah,
Allegedly.
yeah. I mean, that's the reason why we continue. Right?
Mhm.
We finished your rating, and then I don't know. I never asked you this, but was it in your budget?
Like the training? Was
The
it
training at Mitchinson only.
what do you mean if it's my budget? If I spend if it's within the what I plan to spend or something like that?
Yes, yes.
Ah, to be honest, I'm no longer thinking about the when I was doing the multi IFR, I was not thinking about
Mm,
cost anymore because you can there's no turning back. There's no point of thinking. There's no point of putting a ceiling in terms of how much you're willing to spend to get this rating, right? You
mm.
have to get the rating no matter what,
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
right?
Right?
Because if
Because
I compute all everything that I spend on aviation just to be where I am right now, get your private commercial multi-engine multi-IFR, that's gonna be a lot of money, and I don't know. I don't think it will make me feel good to know how much I spend.
yeah, I mean it's true. I yeah, because I always every time I done with my fly, I will kind of like calculate how much did I spend today. So
Mhm.
I have a rough idea. So when you get into the industry, you will try at the first few years you will try to work again to make it break even.
To make it break even. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
Right. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I think we were able to finish the training relatively fast.
yeah. I mean, like
Because
I
because
flew.
I already did my multi IFR and some background with uh
Mm-hmm,
I was doing the IFR in EFC actually, but it's just that they
mm-hmm.
don't have enough instructor to finish it.
Yeah, because I remember I think the challenge we encountered when we did a training with you was the change of avionics system.
Yep, change of avionics and change of planes. I was using Seminole. I was flying Seminole with Edmonton Flying Club, and Mitchison was using the one you're flying right now, which is Cessna 310, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cessna 310. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that's the most difficult part of it. Yeah, the avionics from G1000 to the stack up Garmin that we use,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I always ask people, with my job right now, there's a lot of I talk to them all the time, a lot of pilots, and I always ask them, if you win the lottery, what plane or would you buy a plane, and if you will, what kind of plane would you buy?
Oh, you're asking me right now?
Yeah, I'm asking you right now.
Oh, if I won the lottery and if I gonna buy a plane, um,
Would you buy a plane?
I would. I will. That is my dream in the future. I will make it.
Oh, you're actually planning to buy a plane regardless
Oh
whether you
yeah,
win the lottery
yeah,
or not.
yeah.
What
It doesn't
what
matter. Yeah.
what kind of plane are you thinking?
I have two options.
Wow. What
Yeah, I
what
have two options. I already
what
planned
are
it.
they?
So either a DA42,
Let's go.
yeah, or um, a PC12.
PC-12.
Yeah, a PC12 or DA42. Like
Why? Why the DA? Low wing, faster?
low wing, faster, jet A fuel, right? Four seated.
Why not the
Uh,
DA-62?
DA six seated. I don't think I need it.
Too much?
Too
Twin
much.
engine, more safety.
Mm-hmm. Right, and they use the DA42. They can use diesel engine, or they can use diesel fuel, or they can use Jet A1A. And I already calculated the trip. If I did a trip uh, from Saskatoon to Toronto, I
Yeah.
can make it in one shot,
One full tank.
one full tank, and
Yeah.
one full tank is gonna cost uh, uh, like $1,000 something.
$1,000.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was that
not
was
bad.
that was like beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's just accounting for fuel, right? But not the maintenance
maintenance
part.
cost. So maintenance cost. So this depends on how many hours you fly per year, and hangars cost, and depends on where you want to park the aircraft, right? So let's say you have if let's say you want to somewhere fancy in Saskatoon, probably gonna cost you like 1,000. No, at least cost you $500 to
A
share
month.
hangars with someone,
Mm-hmm.
right? And maintenance costs. Either if you fly or no fly, every year you need to do maintenance,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna cost you roughly around 6,000 per year for maintenance. I mean, like if at some point if you make a decent amount of money, you can afford that.
Yeah, for sure. And how many, based on your computation, how many hours do you need to fly in a year to make it break even at least, or to make it worth it to own a plane versus just renting it?
Well, I mean, like to be honest with you, at some point in the aviation industry, you're gonna stop counting hours.
you're gonna you're gonna stop counting hours. But no, I mean in terms of the cost of earning of owning the
Mm-hmm.
plane when because I asked some AMEs, they say like it varies. Sometimes they say 150 or 300 hours a year to make it worth it to own the plane. But based on your computation, it seems like you put uh some time in terms of computation. So what did you find in your computation? How many hours in a year do you plan to
I,
fly?
I didn't put that in hours, but I put it more in salary. If you can make like 250 to 300 per years, you can afford an aircraft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah,
That's
right.
a
So,
that's gonna be a
mm,
captain rate.
I'm sorry.
Captain rate, right? Like once you're a captain, 12-year captain, 10-year captain in the airline or something.
Yeah, captain rate. Yeah. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Hmm.
DA-42 or
Yeah.
PC-12.
Yeah. PC-12 is gonna cost $1 million, so probably gonna look for someone to share with,
That's
right?
really expensive. Well, it's choosing a plane is highly dependent on the mission, right?
Yeah.
So, what kind of mission do you think you're gonna fly your plane? Just
So
going to Toronto, Vancouver, things like that?
to commute, right? No, not to commute. I mean, like to travel around and with my family. If I'm with my family, and or I can just freaking rent it out.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
go around the world and go to imagine visiting Vietnam with your own plane.
Actually, there's a guy on YouTube. I forgot his name, but he fly a DA, no, a Cessna 172 across the world.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
I think
long
it's
flight.
a very long flight. and
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know, somehow he planned his trip that he can be able to cross the Atlantic Ocean
Oh yeah. For sure
safely.
they're gonna land there in East Coast and then
Mm.
somewhere in Greenland or
Yeah.
northern Canada first and then cross
Hmm.
Greenland, Iceland,
Yeah.
go to Europe, Middle East, Asia.
Hmm. Yeah, it's doable. Everything is doable. It's all about planning.
Are you fixed in terms of working in Canada or you're considering working overseas once you're done with bird dogging?
No, I would like to stay in Canada, Canada or US,
Mhm.
because what I see is the aviation industry is the strongest is in North America.
North America in terms of demand or
On
strongest
in
market?
term in strongest, I mean in term of like because the foundation of aviation is in North America, right?
Mhm.
So that's the reason why in US, in Canada, the influence of aviation is more compared to like South Africa, no, South America, Europe,
Mhm.
or in America or in Asia. So it's very hard to see general aviation in Asia, or it's very hard to see general aviation is so I mean like general aviation is not a strong thing in Europe or in Asia or in South America.
Mhm.
Just in North America, it's a big thing. It's a big communities.
Mhm. That's true. No, but I mean, once you move on to bigger planes, like let's say the airliners, or once you go to cargo,
Mhm.
are you considering elsewhere or still North America?
Well, if we in cargo, we fly to different destinations,
Mm-hmm. That's
and
true. I guess say
uh, yeah,
FedEx or
US,
UPS.
right? Yeah, but at the end, all base is still go back to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, that I would say I would stay in Canada.
Canada. You love Canada, don't you?
Uh,
What
so
which one do you lean towards? Like would Boeing or Airbus?
mm,
What would you like to be rated if you're gonna get your rating?
the first aircraft, or
Yeah. When you go, are they using I know they're using like Boeing, but are they using Airbus? I'm
uh,
not really sure for
they
FedEx.
use 787.
Mm-hmm. Oh, most of the
Right?
time it's 787.
Yeah, 787 most of the time, and yeah, like most like that. Well, I mean, before I go there, I would like to have a little bit northern flying experience before I can apply.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like same thing with you, more like at some point you still need to move on, right, from your current job, and you still have to look for better opportunities. But sometimes better opportunities gonna bring up your experience, right? So you're gonna be able to fly in a different areas in Canada, and in Canada, this is the best place to fly north, to fly over the ice. It's only in Canada,
Only in
right?
Canada, I guess. Your other
Yeah,
option will be Russia.
yeah,
So,
but I mean, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. So
yeah.
Canada is the only place,
Yeah, it gives
and
you a lot of
northern,
experience.
yeah, northern flying. There's a lot of planning. And where else in the world you got a chance to fly in an airspace that they don't have the magnetic compass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it
And
that way. So it's challenge, but when you finish with your job, finish with your mission, you're gonna tell your you got to tell your family, you got to tell your friends, and then in the future when you have your kid, you're gonna tell your kid too,
yeah.
right?
Oh, tell your stories.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah.
How do you think your life will be when you start balancing once you have your own family, Chan, and as a
Oh,
pilot? And as a
I,
pilot, how do you think you're gonna balance it out?
that is something I still need to figure it out. I
You
can
still need to figure it out.
Yeah, I because I still love my job. I still love my flying career, right? And understand that at some point when you start to have family, your flying career gonna have to be stable a little bit. Have to be uh uh you need to settle at one base that you is you cannot be able to move around very often. So
Mhm.
yeah, I will stay in love with my career a little bit more, and then I will think about it later on.
So you're gonna enjoy flying first. You're gonna enjoy
Mm-hmm.
aviation, and once you're ready, once you had enough, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
start applying to companies with bases that's like
Mm-hmm.
permanent, so
Yeah,
that you
permanent base.
so that once you have your own family, you hopefully you can go home every day, but maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not, but you still at the end of your job, you still got to go home, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's one of the biggest challenges in this industry, in this career,
Mm-hmm.
is because you're
Yeah,
always
always away.
away, all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
it seems like you're enjoying things. You're not in a hurry. Unlike, how old are you again, Chen?
Oh, I'm 29.
You're 29. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because there's some people once they get their commercial, they just can't wait to build hours so that they can immediately go to airlines.
Mm-hmm.
But you're
Long you
enjoying, right?
yeah, fly around a little bit, and then get a job in airline after. Right?
When do you think you're gonna apply for the cargo that you're eyeing for?
Mm,
No plans yet. You're still enjoying.
yeah, I might say like in another 2 years.
Hmm.
Yeah, 2 years or 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, because I know their base is in Ontario, in Toronto, in London.
Hmm.
Yeah, London, isn't it? I forgot. In London or somewhere in Ontario. So yeah. So yeah.
Does it mean 3 more years instructing?
No. Doesn't mean 3 more years.
No, no, you don't want to instruct anymore. You've
No,
had
I
enough.
mean I
How long do you think
well
you'll be instructing for?
I would say another maximum 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's gonna
I
be? What's next for you?
I would say 702, 703 operations.
Air taxi.
Yeah, air taxi and surveys, and I will do instructor part time, right? Because if you don't do it, you're gonna lose your skill, and then there's a lot of things going on for the recurrency, blah blah blah. And I don't want to spend money for that, right?
Good idea.
Yeah.
What did you learn when you were doing your instructor rating? What did you learn there that you did not learn when you're doing your PPL or CPL?
Mm.
Or is there something that you learned that you did not learn from the training when you were the student and not the instructor?
I mean, like,
It's more like just fine tuning it.
it's hard to say, man. Like, you got to see a different perspective on the right seat.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is what I would say.
Just a different perspective.
Yeah. I sorry, I cannot. I don't know.
It's all
I
good.
cannot, yeah, I don't know.
It's all good, Chad. It's all good. Yeah, man. Um, cool. So you're gonna 702, 703. Any any place that you're already looking at in terms of companies that you're thinking
Calgary. I'm looking at Calgary.
you're gonna move to Calgary?
Yeah,
Oh, let's go. It's gonna
yeah.
be. I'm here in Alberta already, so I
Oh,
might.
you in Alberta now?
Yeah, I'm back to Edmonton now.
Oh, you in Edmonton?
Yeah. I'm back in Edmonton, so it's just gonna be 4 hour drive. I might bump into you one of these days
Oh, what
once
happened
you
to
go here.
Regina?
Oh, I moved to same company but different place.
Oh, different base. So,
Yeah,
so
they're
this is
more
your
busy
house, right?
here. They're more busy here.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah,
Do you
last
have
time
do they have a base in Calgary?
no.
No.
Red Deer, the closest would be Red Deer, but not a lot of flying.
Hmm.
And we're just flying 172, so I'm not sure that will interest you. But we have a the company has a twin engine though. Part
Hmm.
Navia.
Yeah.
Part
Yeah.
Navia.
Well, I mean, Calgary, their aviation community is pretty good too.
It's big in Calgary. There's a lot of companies in Calgary
Hmm.
that you can pick.
Yeah.
That's where I'm thinking of. Once everything is done, I think that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back to Calgary because that's where WestJet's base is.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I went to Calgary last week to look around, and I like the city. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Hmm.
How would you compare it to Montreal? I heard I've never been to Montreal, like the city, like downtown. How would you compare Calgary downtown to Montreal downtown?
Actually, the lifestyle is very different. So, you
Very
know,
different. How?
very different because in Montreal, it's very European.
Very what? European?
Europe, yeah, European. And me, I love that lifestyle, right? Everything is slow. They take their time, and
Women are beautiful.
well, women, of course, right?
No, you
And
object. I thought you were gonna say no.
yeah, right. And in Calgary, it's more like industrial,
Industrial?
industrial. Yeah.
Mm,
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Yeah.
should visit Montreal one of these days. Where are you actually based? Which city are you based? Are you in Quebec
In,
City?
oh no, in Gaspé.
Mm,
Yeah, it's like 9 hours from Montreal.
holy shoot.
It's right
How's
next to New Brunswick.
New Brunswick?
Yeah.
You're really East Coast, eh? How was
Hmm.
the ferry flying the 310 from Saskatoon to all the way there? Where
Oh,
did
actually, it's a
I
long
saw
flight.
your story. I saw your story when you were flying.
Yeah, actually, it's a good flight. A lot of planning, right, and a lot of situation you encounter, and you need to make decision. And that was a good flight.
Can you fly direct or you where did you stop?
I stopped in Sulukau,
Mhm.
Val-d'Or, and then Gaspé.
Oh, you stopped twice?
Yeah, wow, we need fuel.
Like how long was the flight?
9 hours, something like that.
9 hours? Holy shoot.
Yeah,
That's a long day, eh?
yeah, was a long flight.
Yeah. How long you gonna stay there for?
A month.
Month?
Yeah,
That's it?
that's it. Yeah,
Just 1 month of bird dogging?
yeah. But not come back.
Are you gonna bring the 310 back to Saskatoon? That's it?
Yeah, I will. I have to bring the 310 back to Saskatoon.
No, I thought it's just you who's done, and then they're gonna send someone there to replace you or something like
Oh,
that,
oh no, no.
and then back instructing, I guess,
Yeah, back instructing for a couple more months, and then I don't know. Bye bye.
and then go to Calgary, move to Calgary.
Yeah.
Nice, nice,
Hmm.
nice. All right, Chan. That's I don't want to take so much of your time. I think what time is it there now? It's 7 o'clock, almost eight
It's
o'clock.
8 o'clock. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's almost
seven
eight.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
So just curious. So this you're gonna upload it somewhere or?
yeah. We're gonna hear it on Spotify or you and YouTube.
Oh, Spotify and YouTube. Okay. Are you
Are you
gonna
good
cut
with
it
that?
some? Yeah.
Are you good with that? You cool?
Yeah, yeah, I'm okay with that. As long as people don't see my face and you can change my name a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever. I think we did not talk about anything controversial that will put our career at risk.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
mean, kind of. I
Did
mean, like,
we? I don't think so. I think
when I
we're good.
say I gonna stop instruction in everything.
Don't worry, I'm gonna restrict it to your company so that they won't see it.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right, Chad,
Cool.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Come on. Yeah.
I hope to see you when you move here to Alberta.
Yeah. Sure. Looking
Yeah.
forward to see you soon.
Yeah. 100%. Thank you, Chan.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
one. Bye. See ya.